which presented its fifth and sixth combined report to the committee. We spent 6 hours in dialogue with the sizable delegation that came from Israel to Geneva. Of course, they placed the 7 October attack high on the agenda, and the committee listened to very moving testimony by a mother, Sabine, who lost her eldest son, Or, and whose youngest son, Shai, suffered serious injuries. The government told us about the work they had done to support these children and their families. Many thousands were displaced within Israel after the attack. And the government explained that they have been providing support and trying to help these children and their families to move back to where they were living before. We also heard about 2 very young children, Ariel and Kafir, who were taken as hostages and who have not yet been returned. The committee expressed its concerns about the serious mental health situation for children in Israel, because obviously children who are living in this aura of conflict are suffering. And another concern that we raised with the government was militarization of schools in Israel. You know, when Israel last came to the committee, which was in 2013, the committee urged them to roll out peace education, to ensure that every child received peace education. Instead, the government has recently passed a law that makes it a declared aim of education to educate children for significant service in the Israeli Defense Forces and National Civil Service. This is in the mainstream ordinary schooling system. We pointed out to them that the Convention on the Rights of the Child says that education should be aimed at the preparation of every child for a responsible life in a free society in a spirit of understanding, peace, tolerance, equality, and friendship. And we pointed out to them that there's a huge disconnect here. If that's what they signed up to when they ratified this convention, and yet the aims of education are being shifted towards militarization. While Israel has many positive laws and policies that uphold children's rights in Israel for Israeli children, the committee was at pains to point out that it's our task to be worried about all children everywhere. And of course, the situation in Gaza and the West Bank is a massive, unprecedented, overwhelming child rights crisis. The committee has previously called out Israel for its rights violations in the occupied Palestinian territories as long as a decade ago. But clearly, again, during this dialogue, it loomed larger than ever. My colleague, Braggy Good Branson, who led the team within our committee working on Israel, will speak in more detail about the discussions we had with the occupied concerning the occupied territories, West Bank and Gaza. But I'll hand back to you now, Safa.
Thank you so much, Ms. Skelton.